Today, I will be playing my favorite police brutality simulator called Ready or Not. And I will take you along with me on this journey, while also having the No Mercy mod installed. It is a mod I installed because I didn't want to waste my time by doing menial tasks, such as having to pick up every weapon in the damn mission. That way, we can dedicate more time on shooting suspects and less time of having to clean up after ourselves. On the subject of shooting suspects, our arsenal is stocked with weaponry of the finest selection. We got assault rifles, shotguns, and most importantly, my absolute favorites, the battle rifles. The battle rifles are my weapon of choice to remove any hostile threat in a general direction, providing myself and myself alone with enough punching power to commit heinous war crimes in non-war environments. So, the first mission I went to is called the 4U gas station. It is a simple and small map which only holds a couple of kind of weak suspects. So, in other words, a good place to start. A good place to start it surely was, as for some unbeknown reason to myself, there were only 3 suspects in total. At this point I was testing out one of my favorite looking assault rifles, the Alvar, and while it certainly looks cool, it was kind of disappointing when it came to damage. As you can see right here. I mean seriously, 3 shots for a kill. Oh, I'm sorry.
That was it? I'm sorry, sir. May I talk to you about your extended core warranty?
The second mission on the chopping block is called 23 megabytes a second. And in all fairness, might just be one of my favorite missions. It's compact, boasts a decent suspect count, and the last part is always punishing when you don't play well enough. One of the goals of this mission is to apprehend Michael. Usually, one would go through this mission with some finesse. Let's say you would grab your weapon of choice, lethal or non-lethal, and a nice and big amount of throwables like stingers for example, and try to get him to surrender. But since we have the No Mercy mod installed, you all can imagine how that went. But we're not there yet. We have rooms in front of us that need clearing. And clearing, I did.
I think you're above me, right? Bye-bye. Hello? Anybody home? Well, now the juicy bits. Hello. I know how to solve this problem. I don't think I solved that problem. I can try it again though. I think that worked.
After some consideration, I finally decided to jump into the most challenging part of the map. I had 4 stingers to my name and a dream. And oh boy did I chase that dream.
I think I just took you. How about that? Wow. Oh! Hello! You guys think he was being heard on YouTube? Or Twitch? Or his Discord? Well, you think they will hear this? Oh, it's about time to break my spirit. I'm gonna hate myself, am I? Oh, okay. We might be going in serial. Let's see how well it goes.
I fully knew what I was getting myself into. An absolute wreckfest. A total obliteration of every sense of peace in my body.
Whoa!
I sadly wasn't able to finish a Twisted Nerve on hard difficulty, and I wasn't planning on finishing it on this day. So for a little switch up I decided to play a Lethal Obsession, which simply put is one of the maps of all time. And even on this relatively small map, I've had some troubles of closing it up on hard difficulty. Thanks to my endless perseverance however, and my never failing ability to just restart the mission, this was the run that finally gave me what I was seeking for. Some side notes for this mission though. On hard difficulty, nearly every door is booby-trapped in some shape or form. So I had to be very careful even stepping through already open doors, as that could end my run in the worst way possible.
Disabling now. Disarming. Cover me. Disarming the device. Watch my back. Disarming.
After defusing some traps on this mission and nearly getting clapped by a suspect, one of the funniest things happened. Things I thought were impossible to happen. Yeah, you saw that correctly. There are so many traps on this map that even the suspects in this mission just forget about them and just run into them face first.
Did he just end himself?
Well, that makes my job easier.
Nice place to put your gun. Gotta give him that.
We all know, however, that each map except for the first one has their own choke points. For this map, it most definitely is the basement. The basement is a small cramped up area in which suspects can be either to the left or to the right of the player. And with those cages in the way, it can be quite difficult to make out a suspect behind them. I opened the door and waited for the suspect to push me, as I noticed on hard difficulty, enemies are a lot more likely to push open doors. But that didn't happen, so I threw a stinger. And, well, just see for yourself. Exactly. Just another execution. For day 2 I had something a little bit more special planned. You see, the developer of the No Mercy mod has a second mod called No Crack for AI, which is a pretty funny name for a mod if I say so myself. I'm not that good at this game, which is why I chose the easiest of the mod variants, but still, even with the easiest mod installed, I still attempted its hardest challenge, the heart attack difficulty on the map Ides of March. I'll be honest for a second. I didn't truly understand what I was getting myself into. I knew that there would be a lot more enemies on the map, as that was a given from the mod description. But still, I didn't expect it to become what it was. It kind of reminded me of the Rainbow Six mode Terrorist Hunt, which they sadly removed. But this? It's simply a lot better. I'm sorry for cutting this footage up as much as I did, but if it were a race with me against the turtle would have simply won. I was inching my way forward trying to clear every room as best as I could, as now I knew that any misstep I took would most likely result in my death. That didn't deter me, however. I just kept on crawling forward. I did some research and the normal suspect count for this mission is at around 7 to 10 enemies. Just count for yourself how many I've killed and let me know in the comment section down below. Ugh. To direct for interaction farming? I'm sorry. Wasps versus exterminators. Chicken versus KFC certified blender. Gladiators versus 20mm anti-material rifle are just metaphors to describe how I felt during this mission. I mean, in all fairness, they just kept coming like fruit flies out of expired food on the countertop. It felt like an endless swarm of suspects I had to game end. My brother won't have PTSD after all this, but nostalgia. And so my morale increased with each new suspect now on the ground, and I was looking forward to finishing off this last mission with a bang. No, wait! Oh no! Yep, it wasn't the overwhelming amount of enemies in this map that took me out, but my own impatience to close off this mission as quickly as I could. But thankfully, I still had one more round within me, and oh boy did I clear them out this time. At this point I had 4 suspects with their hands up in front of me, and because I didn't trust them to stay down, I tried calling in my squad to restrain them for me in order to get the S rank. But of course, as Ready or Not goes, my team didn't think it would be a good idea to come and support me, and just decided to chill in the main lobby and watch YouTube shorts. As well luck usually goes, I wasn't able to apprehend all of them, and even worse for that matter, one of the so-called suspects was just a regular civilian, so I had to now search for the last suspect and pray that he would go down without any issues. I really have to do everything in this damn household! So there was just one more enemy missing, and I wasn't quite sure where exactly I missed out on this guy, so I had to check the whole floor basically again. When checking the whole floor, however, I decided to give a random call out to see if he would respond, to show me where he might be hiding at, and to my surprise, he actually did. I was really hoping that he would go down without a fight though, but chances of that happening were really slim, and even worse for that matter is that I didn't have stingers with me anymore. And, well, yeah, this is what happened. I got really angry. I wasn't screaming because it was quite late, but I was pissed. So yeah, this concludes Ides of March and today's Ready or Not video. I hope you had fun watching this, and if you did, comment, like, and subscribe. The usual, blah blah blah, you know what it is. Bye bye, everyone. God bless you.